Alright, a little bit of an issue with the delay there. It's been fixed and the stream has been restarted. Sorry about that, guys. You didn't really miss anything. There's just a delay in there to start it back up. Awaken, unfortunately, is getting pounded here. Whew, I think that's his first death in this game. Concoction comes out on Noli, still in the spray.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Haste.
Not a lot of kills with all this. I mean, there's so much emphasis on farm for both of these teams. Manta did get finished a little bit early. I mean, we got Boots Travel against Power Treads and a Dragon Lance. But Tabushka with a clear lead, but closing in on him. He's basically stabilized the bleeding, let's put it that way. And they need to. So, quick unpause. 20 minutes in. Either way, I think this game's going to be pretty short. I don't think it's going to be longer than 30 minutes, maybe 35 tops. Both teams are starting to peak out real quick here. The Manta was the big one. And whatever else he decides to do, I don't know if they have a drum in it. Yeah, they do have a drum on Rav, so that makes up for a lot. It does make Tabushka a little less tanky, but at 1,300 hit points and a massive amount of armor, it's not too bad off right now. So Rav's actually going to be the first one to break 10k, I believe. Tabushka right behind him. It's a 7k lead, but they are closing fast between the two carries. Honestly, it's going to be a lot harder to split push on the Katy side because they actually have a lot better ways of punishing it. The team fight around towers is great for Katy, but NG have a way of punishing split pushes a lot better. So the more Katy bunch up and get these team fights up, the better off they are. I mean, you still have to deal with the Radiance, you still have to deal with static kinetic combo, tricks of the trade, but Katy have their own arsenal too. I think it's more catered around team fights. You got vacuum wall combo, you've got the stomp split combo, you've got the massive amount of damage with metamorphosis. I mean, you're in range. If you're team fighting, you're in range of these metamorphosis guys. I mean, we're talking 150. Excuse me. You get the 600 range, 550 range. So 800 plus it'll be like 920 range. Oh man, they caught Rav again. Earth Splitter comes out, a little unnecessary. More just icing on the cake. I mean, Earth Splitters are sexy when they actually land, but it's so hard to land them. Might as well use it to secure a kill on a position 2. So they managed to get the creeps all the way up to the bottom tower while getting a gank. Okay, they're actually going to go for this. This is risky. They saw him go. They know what's up. Double damage for Eunice. But here comes Katy. Illusion will spot. This dropping too fast, though. Here comes the stomp right at the... Oh, no, it didn't get picked up. Awaken grabs it. But they've got the high ground advantage if they want to fight. Vacuum Wall is going to catch. Awaken is stuck on the high ground at this point. Won't be able to heal his buddies. Eunice is already pushing too far, but they lost their line. Molex is down. This is off the back end of a gank with a decent respawn timer on Rav. So here we go. He's popping the Metamorphosis. He's doubling down on this fight. Oh, whoo, that damage amp. Goodbye, all that base armor. That is a level 2 damage amp, 15. Pretty much everything that makes up for his hit point pool is gone. Yeah, they 4-on-5 that into an Aegis, so basically 4-on-6. And you still have it? No, Awaken still has it. Great time to move, and that's going to be a quick 20,000 net worth, closing in probably somewhere around 850 to 900 gold per minute, somewhere around there. I want to say 850. Manta's done on both sides. Radiance advantage to one, damage advantage to the other. Ags is falling behind on Rav. The poor guy's been ganked twice in the last 5 minutes. And ganked big. They have a massive level advantage. Look at this level spike here. This is a decent gold spike, but look at the levels. I mean, experience being that much is pretty awesome. And it's all in the hands of their cores. Awaken now has a... Oh, he's almost got a level 3 ult. Dagon and Aether Lens. They're putting so much emphasis into getting this Terrorblade down. About 30 of you watching in the stands now. Are they gonna? No, Eunice is just gonna shrug this off, turning his own illusion against him with the Radiance Burn, though. It's pretty funny. Oh no! Quick pick off. Quick in and out for Katy. Oh, this is the second or third scythe we've seen this game. Picking off Molek's easy. With the blink, it's just so easy to just hop in there and do it. And that'll give him level 16. Probably be on the way to an Ag soon. Might get boots of travel. Go Fairy picks up a 4-staff as well. See what other toys are done here.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Junie will pick up the Greaves, which is really, really helpful against the Reaper Scythe. Got a blink for Molex, who is incredibly squish and, again, quite vulnerable to the burst damage that NG are pushing out now. Meanwhile, Nobos picks up a nice Diffusal. We got a 4-staff for Fairy, and the core for Eunice, on top of the everything else he has. I don't think he gets... Yeah, Slardar doesn't get an Ags upgrade, but I don't think anyone other than their Disruptor will. Here we go with Awaken. Big static kinetic combo. Tabushka caught out yet again. Dagon coming out. He tries to return fire, but he's gone. Deafening Blast does come out. Vacuum Wall. They're going to get their Disruptor. Junie's in a little bit of trouble here. Oh, counter. Gofairy jumps right back in and crushes him. Awaken will pick up the kill on that. Now Rav is on the run. Ice Wall pop, but there's already 2 right next to him under the tower. And this Alchemist is fully online, and that's 4 down at the cost of 1. And guess what? The ult just came back up. We've got decent enough sustain with the Death Pulse. No Buzz is... Yeah, okay, they're just chasing him out. Now they can go ahead and get this tower down. NG with a solid draft here. Last pick Terrorblade, but NG said, I'll do you one better. Probably see a lot more pub necros now, just because of Terrorblade being so good. Oh, they get a gem? Trying to figure out how this. Oh no, this Caster's losing his mind, guys. So they bought enough. They got enough time with the respawn timers. They can get a full fight on the tower, but this is still an Aegis fight. With Reaper Scythe up, they could just figure out whoever they want to fight. Just pick one of their heroes and just execute them, and move on to the other 4. They're actually going to back off. I'm kind of surprised here. This Aegis is burning a hole in their pockets. Only got a little bit over a minute. Oh, they got Nobos. Big pick off with the Earth Splitter. Even the Ice Wall just to make sure he doesn't get away. Big pick off. NG getting a little cocky. They'll lose 1 for it. The AC now done, though, for Eunice. 6 slotted. Soon to be 7. He can do... Oh, yeah, that's right. The Ags can come from... Yeah, as we start pushing high ground, buybacks are going to be more of an issue. So that's about the same time that you're going to see an Aghanims synthesis on Awaken. He's the one that gets really the most out of it. I don't think anybody else besides... We get a better static kinetic combo here, but the real one's getting the Scepter on Awaken. Rav dealing with the illusions. He's a little far out. He's been getting caught quite a few times this game. He does not need to be the one in front right now. They need to have someone else, like their Titan or their Darkseer, running point for him. NG have a nice frontline setup, though. That's what makes this so nice. Sylvos can hang out way in the back with his glimpse. They've got they got a really tanky Alchemist right now. A tanky Necro, a tanky Slard who can blink in. And then their follow-up's really good. It's just a solid draft all around. Katy, they've got pretty good team fight too, but it's more counter initiation than anything. Here we go. Molex again picked off. 45-second respawn timer. Is he going to get that Ags in time to push this high ground? Not quite. Find out here. That's not Aghanims on the way. It's just upgraded Daggy. Trying to buy some time with this Astral Stomp right here. I like the stomp in the middle of the recall. That was a good play.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
However, a little bit of split push action, or at least a little bit of counter push action, That's going to give Tabushka a ton of farm. He's going to pick up a BKB. That'll put a lot... I mean, it shuts down their disruptor entirely. Keeps them from getting glimpsed. The smoke screen's no good. The radiance is no good. Reaper's Scythe will go through it, but Dagon won't. So it's going to be harder to time. Like, for example, he can just moonwalk himself out of the smoke screen. They don't have any detection for him. And he's starting to get tanky. Of course, still massively behind in a distant 4th place. Almost 2.5 times the net worth on Eunice. But the problem is, NG are capping out pretty soon here. I mean, you could get 2 more Aghanims for Eunice and a Moonshard, and that's all you're going to get. Whereas the Terrorblade can get his own Moonshard. He could upgrade his boots. I mean, it's only going to get better for Katy as time goes on. A little more late game oriented. A little bit more. Not much, but a little bit. We did get the Aghanims done on Rav. And getting him to and he picks up 16. Getting him to 25 is going to be pretty nice. They do have Nobos, though, who can still get a little bit more farm, too. Vlad's picked up for Goferi. Silvo's still doing hard 5 things. Bless your heart, sir. Bless your heart. Alright, so they do have a gem on Noli. He's only level 11, though, with not much for hit points and armor. He's very vulnerable to be carrying this right now. Rav could carry it. They could put it on Junie, who's a little more mobile, but he's more split pushing than anything. So honestly, it's the best pick they have for now. Alright, Tabushka, what's your next item, buddy? We'll find out what they do here. Eunice. Did he finish the eggs? I'm not sure. Did they get the synth on him? Yep, they did. Aghanims is done on Awaken.
Middle tower is under attack.
So that's gonna... No buyback if you get caught by this giant fucking... Excuse me, this giant laser beam that can blink in on you. Silvo's trying to pull it back a little bit. No, they're gonna. Meanwhile, they're gonna jump up down bottom. Good counter tornado. They've got plenty of dust to get Rav on the ghost. Why are they not dusting him right now? They could have totally had him. I think there's a little case of like the hacky sack that lands in the middle of the circle, and like I thought you had it. So a bit of a misplay on the dust. They could have taken out Rav another like 4th or 5th time. But the gates are pretty much closed for Katy. They've pulled up the drawbridge. They're down to just their castle at this point. All the outer village towers are gone. They're trying to hold their ground. Here comes the illusions pushing down 2 lanes at once. Acid spray. Rav is just trying to get a scythe or something here. They've got plenty of like a lot of high ground action they can do here. They're actually going to go down to the low ground. They're to catch Nobos. Big pick off with the sentry, but here comes the counter. Static kinetic. Rav is not going anywhere, and he's not going to survive. The Thunderstrike should finish the job, just barely. Eunice actually winds up finishing it himself. Quick buyback. They did get the scythe off on Uni, so he is not buying back for 80. They only got, I mean, everybody's super low on NG though. They're pushing their luck here. They're respecting the buyback, and they're going to go ahead and at least reset. That's a huge deduction on Rav's wallet for that buyback. It keeps their base alive, but they are literally almost double the net worth here. Pushing again. Awaken with Boots of Travel. And a pretty much maxed out Dagon. Level 3 now, level 4 on the way. NG sticking around a little bit longer. Just trying to get a little bit more on the way out. We got buyback for Eunice. Upgraded Boots of Travel is also something I forgot. And second Roche looks to be going their way without any problems. We're up to, not quite up to minus 20 armor yet. We do have the BKB up at 9 seconds for Tabushka, who unfortunately hasn't been able to upgrade anything yet. He's got to save for buyback of his own, but that gives enough time for the Scythe to come off cooldown. See, with the Aegis and the amount of tank he's got, I mean, if things go well, he'll be able to do 2 Dagons in one fight, including the Aegis. Pretty much everything that NG need to finish this game is in their hands. And extra Aghanims just gonna make Sylvos a little harder to kill. Oh man, they're gonna fight outside. There's a glimpse back. Junie's getting sent back. He can't do anything. Earth Splitter though, it's gonna hit a few, but it just shrugs off by Eunice. Vacuum Wall. It's 3 and a big meatball, but it's a little late. The meatball came just a little too late to really capitalize on that. So that is that's a dieback for their Invoker. Dieback for Rav. And NG are just charging forward. Noli trying to get against the trees, trying to get anywhere away from these guys. I mean, that's pretty much GG right there. Kind of delaying the inevitable here. Not sure if it was called. No, it was not called. But they are missing Junie, who is alive. But, I mean, there's only 2 people alive. And everybody's up for NG, plus Aegis, plus the sustain that they have. With the Death Pulse keeping them going, and the Urn. I mean, this game is over. Just a matter of getting them back in. They might even be I wonder if they're even discussing if they can continue at this point. In the heat of the moment, you definitely feel like you can go for it. You definitely want to make plays happen. You definitely don't want to quit. But as time goes on here, as this drags out, it'll become more apparent to Katy how hopeless the situation is for them. Poor guys. As far as the MVP for this game, it's going to be close. Sylvos really set up a lot of good pickoffs. Really made it. I mean, it's honestly NG made a lot of plays happen with 2 or 3 people at once. So it's really hard. I mean, the biggest setup was, I want to say Sylvos setting it up. They had some great pulls, getting a lot of farm going, protecting their Alki as much as they could. Awaken had the easiest game in the world up top. This plays with the dagger blink scythe combo. Should our players have Prat? What is Prat issue? Well, I guess they can control Uni. They've got 3 people who can go ahead and control them. No buybacks available for anybody. my thoughts exactly. What is Prad? Here we go. This is about 1,000 gold per minute for Eunice. I'm gonna say 975. They're gonna go ahead and blow up to Bushka. No hope at all. And good game called. Alright, so that was a bit unnecessary. But it's done. Folks, that's going to move NG up to 3-0, and Katy are going to go to 1-2. We still got one more game to play, so we're going to get some music for you and get on to game 2 as quick as possible, folks. Stay tuned. Alright guys, unfortunately Uni cannot get his connection back up, so that is a def loss, so that's going to move New Guys up 4-0 in the group. They'll probably move him up to first or second place. That's going to move Katy Reborn down to about 1-3. Everybody's still got a lot of games to play, and I look forward to casting those guys again. So I'll see you guys probably sometime tomorrow. I'll double check. Let me just take a quick check here and see if there's any other games. Most of the other American games, North and South America, are for Pro Dota Cup later today. Got Echo Fox versus Irresistible Stallions. Maybe I'll cast that one. I'm not sure. If it cools down a little bit, I might go ahead and do it. Maybe in about, let's see, that's going to be 0300 CEST, so almost a little under 6 hours from now. But otherwise, I appreciate you watching this cast, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks a lot. Just watch my stream for the next match.